So let's talk about crawling for a second, because we're noticing that more and more children are skipping crawling. Something interesting you told me that I thought was fascinating was about athletes. Tell me what you told me about athletes and crawling.
I always say I have never met an athlete who went to college on scholarship or a professional athlete who skipped crawling.
That's how important you believe it is.
That's how important that I believe it is. But I also believe, you know, most people talk about it and say, is crawling in development? Is it a part of what we do just to prepare us for walking? And I would strongly propose it is not in development just to prepare us for walking. I think that it helps, but as we all know, children walk whether they crawled or not, right? The reason that I believe that crawling is so vital is because it's one of the first times in development that you have what we call whole brain learning. It means that the right side of the brain and the left side of the brain work together in coordination to accomplish something. Because in crawling, you're coordinating the right side of your body working with the left side of your body. And that happens through this tunnel, so to speak, between the right and left sides of the brain called the corpus callosum. The reason that's so important is all future information, all building blocks of development for coordinating. I need to think about what I'm going to say, think about the best response, and then make my best choice and say it. All of that processing has to coordinate right through the same tunnel, the same situation. And so the motor pieces that prepare that talking between the two parts of the brain is just super valuable. And all that practice prepares a child for faster, better processing and just to really enhance all of what that brain is able to do. And crawling is one of the first times in development that we get to do that.
So let's talk about a way to encourage crawling, because a lot of babies try to skip it over and go right to walking.
They do.
Evan's our crawler here. So
and
the
he's
idea
excited to go do it. And I think this is, again, one of the most exciting times of the day. We want the best toys spread throughout the living room, okay?
Set up stations, right?
Yes, and so what I say to parents usually is set up your fun time stations. Just like Disneyland, you go from wonderful castle to wonderful castle and wonderful characters to the next. You want that mini setup in your living room. So you want the little PlayStation right here with
So
Dad.
a toy here, a toy there, and a toy by Mom.
And you want it to be very interactive with Mom and Dad, where Mom and Dad are not sitting right together. We're crawling between them, and it's fun, exciting, and engaging.
Should you discourage your child from walking if they look as though they're going to skip over crawling and start walking?
You know, walking's awesome. I don't know that I necessarily discourage walking ever or pulling up. I think that I make sure that we build in all of the fun, extra muscle time also. Okay? So we do things that encourage tummy time and crawling, even though we're doing some walking and cruising. We do things that are at the couch where you're tall on your knees, playing on the couch or on the coffee table or whatever, to strengthen all those muscles that will support walking and running with some better coordination. And so I don't think, I mean, yes, with my kids, as they were toddling, I'm like, oh, wait, we're going to go back on our tummy for a while. Because I knew walking was coming either way.
Right.
And I knew the more practice they had on their crawling and on their tummy, the better we were going to be once we were really off and running. But I would never